Welcome back, dear students, in your science class. Let's continue our next topic, joints and their types. The place where two or more bones meet is called a joint. The bones are held in position at the joints because these are connected to each other by strong elastic bands called ligaments. At the place of the joint, the end of the two bones is covered with soft cartilage. It acts as a shock absorber and reduces friction between the bones when they move. Our ear lobe and the bridges of our nose is made of cartilages. The joints are mainly divided into three categories based on their capacity to allow movement. These are immovable or fixed joints, slightly movable joints, and freely movable joints. Immovable or fixed joints do not allow any movement at all. These joints are present in the skull. Slightly movable joints allow only bending and rotation. The joints present between the vertebrae of the backbone are an example of slightly movable joints. Freely movable joints allow movement in all directions. These joints are of four types. First, hinge joint. The joint which provides back and forth movement similar to that of a hinge in the door is called hinge joint. It allows movement in one direction. The elbow joint and the knee joint are hinge joints. Second, ball and socket joint. A ball and socket joint is the one in which the end of one bone is round like a ball that fits into a cup-like cavity or socket of the other bone. This type of joint allows movement in almost all directions. The joint between the bones of the upper arm and the shoulder, and the joint between the bones of the thigh and the hip are of this type. Third, pivot joint. In this joint, the end of one bone is in the form of a cylinder. The end of the other bone is in the form of a ring. The cylinder fits into the ring and rotates inside it, or the ring rotates around the cylinder. For example, the skull rotates on the upper end of the backbone. This joint allows up and down, side to side movements. And fourth, gliding joint. In gliding joint, two bones slide over each other. This joint allows only limited movement. These bones have flat ends and can move from side to side as well as back and forth. The joints at the ankle and the wrist as well as the joints between the vertebrae are examples of gliding joints.